Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man is a 1951 horror comedy film directed by Charles Lamont and starring the team of Abbott and Costello, alongside Nancy Guild. The film depicts the misadventures of Lou Francis and Bud Alexander, two private detectives investigating the murder of a boxing promoter. The film was part of a series in which the duo meet classic characters from Universal's stable, including Frankenstein, The Mummy and the Keystone Kops. Plot: Lou Francis and Bud Alexander have just graduated from a private detective school. Tommy Nelson, a middleweight boxer, comes to them with the first case. Tommy recently escaped from jail after being accused of murdering his manager, and asks the duo to accompany him on a visit to his fiancée, Helen Gray. He wants her uncle, Philip Gray, to inject him with a special serum he has developed which will render Tommy invisible, and hopes to use the newfound invisibility to investigate his manager's murder and prove his innocence. Dr. Gray adamantly refuses, arguing that the serum is still unstable, recalling that the formula's discoverer John Griffin was driven insane by the formula and did not become visible again until after he was killed. However, as the police arrive, Tommy injects himself with it and successfully becomes invisible. Detective Roberts questions Gray and Helen while Bud and Lou search for Tommy. Helen and Tommy convince Bud and Lou to help them seek the real killer, after Tommy explains that the motive for the murder occurred after he refused to throw a fight, knocking his opponent, Rocky Hanlon, out cold. Morgan, the promoter who fixed the fight, or ordered Tommy's manager beaten to death while framing Tommy for the crime. In order to investigate undercover, Lou poses as a boxer, with Bud as his manager. They go to Stillwell's gym, where Lou gets in the ring with Rocky. Tommy, still invisible, gets into the ring with them and again knocks out Hanlon, making it look like Lou did it, and an official match is arranged. Morgan urges Lou to throw the fight, but when the match occurs, poor Hanlon is knocked out yet again. Morgan plans Bud's murder, which is thwarted by Tommy, who unfortunately is wounded in the battle and begins to bleed badly. The protagonists rush to the hospital where a blood transfusion is arranged between Lou and Tommy. During the transfusion, Tommy becomes visible again. Unfortunately, some of Tommy's blood has apparently entered Lou, who briefly turns invisible, only to reappear with his legs inexplicably on backwards. Cast: Bud Abbott as Bud Alexander, Lou Costello as Lou Francis, Arthur France as Tommy Nelson, the Invisible Man, Nancy Guild as Helen Gray, Adele Jurgens as Boots Marsden, Sheldon Leonard as Morgan, William Frawley as Detective Roberts, Gavin Muir as Dr. Philip Gray, Sam Bolter as radio announcer, John DeHime as Rocky Hanlon, Paul Maxey as Dr. James C. Turner, James Best as Tommy Nelson. Cast notes: Claude Rains appears in a photograph as Jack Griffin, the original Invisible Man from the 1933 film. Production: Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man was filmed between October 3 and November 6, 1950. The character names of Bud Alexander and Lou Francis are Abbott and Costello's real first and middle names. The special effects, which depicted invisibility and other optical illusions, were created by Stanley Horsley, son of cinema pioneer David Horsley. He also did the special effects for The Invisible Man Returns, The Invisible Woman and Invisible Agent. As a reference to the first Invisible Man film, a photo of the serum's inventor, John Griffin, which is actually a picture of Claude Rains, who played the role in Universal's first Invisible Man film in 1933. When asked by a reporter whom he has fought in the past, Lou answers Charles Lamont. Bud Grant. The film's director and screenwriter, respectively, are Charles Lamont and John Grant. DVD releases. This film has been released several times on DVD, first on the Best of Abbott and Costello Volume 3, on August 3, 2004, and again on October 28, 2008 as part of Abbott and Costello, The Complete Universal Pictures Collection. Later, the film was included in the 3-disc The Invisible Man, The Complete Legacy Collection and the 21-disc Universal Classic Monsters, Complete 30-film collection, both released on September 2, 2014.